मान्यवर राज्यपाल प्रोफेसर गणेश लाल महोदय, साई इंटरनेशनल विद्यालय अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर विजय कुमार साहू, उपस्थिति सुधी वृंद, प्रिय छात्र छात्री माने, मीडिया बंधुगण, समस्त को नमस्कार। आज ही पवित्र उत्कल दिवस उपलक्ष्य समस्त ओडिशा वासी को एवं विश्वरे अन्य स्थान थिवा ओडिया मान को मु अभिनंदन ओ आंतरिक शुभेच्छा जनावुच्ची। वंदे उत्कल जननी, भारत माता को जय हो। ये शुभ अवसर रे साई इंटरनेशनल विद्यालय दशकीय वकृता समारोह रे जोगदेयु मु अत्यंत आनंदित मने करुच्ची। यही स्कूल समस्त पिल्लम मानंक उज्ज्वल भविष्य पाई मोर अनेक अनेक शुभाचे। My dear youngsters, children, teachers, parents, management of this distinguished institute, and also the people who have come from students who have come from other institutions. And my dear sisters and brothers, it gives me immense pleasure to interact with the students, teachers and parents of this institute and share my thoughts. Whenever I visit a school or a college, it fills me with intense optimism about the future of the country. I am particularly happy in the eastern part of India, which was called as earlier as the backward region. You have such a beautiful school with a beautiful character, with an outstanding performance, stellar performance at every level. I was really feel happy with joy when Sahuji was mentioning about various achievements and highlights of the school. This school started in the name of Shirdi Saiji, propagating his thoughts for the betterment of the mankind and also for the universal happiness, is really distinguished from the other schools across the country. One of the 3 top schools in the country, 100% first rank to all students, 5,000 students, Quality Council recognizing it, UNESCO, even Cambridge, MIT, number of international institutions acknowledging this, and such an outstanding academic performance along with sports, dance, music and other extracurricular activities, developing comprehensive personality. That is the need of our. In fact, the country needs such schools in every state and in every district. I recommend that this sort of schools should be promoted, propagated, which will add value to our civilization, to our culture, and make better future citizens of the country. So I am very happy today here for this decadal celebration of your prestigious school, and I convey as the Vice President of India my best wishes to the school and its management. God bless you all. In this few minutes I spent here, though of course I read about the school, I am very much impressed by the atmosphere, by the conduct of the students, and also the way the management is running the school. I have always held that schools are not just temples of learning, but are important institutions that play a foundational role in shaping the destiny of a nation. They are the springboards for producing future teachers, scientists, doctors, engineers, advocates, chartered accountants, politicians, and scholars in various disciplines. Hence, good schooling, which lays emphasis on overall development of the child without focusing solely on academic achievement, is extremely crucial for youngsters to become responsible, sharing, caring, empathetic citizens of the country. Mere academic excellence alone will not suffice. You need to develop an integrated personality, comprehensive personality. That's why I am particularly impressed by the school, not only by our curriculum, but also the extracurricular activities. Dear students, you all have completed your exams and will soon be joining new academic session in the next class. I wish you very success in your academic career and rewarding future. My dear youngsters, in a school, we celebrate the colorful, innovative ideas. Innocent idealism inculcates moral and ethical values and chase dreams with hope and optimism. As our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, used to ask students to dream. Dreams transform into thoughts and thoughts result in action. Your dreams, ideas, and ideas will shape the future of this great country. Education is not only for employment. Please understand, it is meant for empowerment of an individual through knowledge and wisdom. While imparting knowledge and keeping abreast with the latest methods of pedagogy, schools must acquire the students about the importance of our ancient civilization, culture, traditions, history, and heritage. This is very much important. I have been advocating and I have been suggesting to the government of India, to the leadership of the country, particularly to the HRD ministry, that we must go back to our old education system, integrate it with the present needs and challenges. We must teach our students about the history of this great country. Second, about the culture of this great country, about the traditions of this great country, about the heritage of this great country. आदि काल से, वेद काल से, पुण्य काल से, पुराण काल से जो पूर्वजों ने जिया और दिया और विरासत में हमको मिला, भारतीय संस्कृति उसको कायम रखना चाहिए. That is very much necessary for the country to move forward. The understanding of the history should be complete and comprehensive without any scope for bias. Unfortunately, we have been under colonial rule for a long time. Our mindset have changed, our history books have changed, our curriculums have changed, so our thoughts also have changed. Unfortunately, even after independence, we have not given enough importance to go back to our culture, to go back to our history, to rewrite Indian history books as per the actual happenings of the country. That is the irony. Time has come that the government at the center and the state and the people who are there deciding the syllabi or the curriculum, they should all focus their attention on this vital aspect. No country, no generation which cannot remember its past cannot move forward. This has to be understood by one and all. Of the 7 deadly social sins announced by Gandhiji, education which does not build character was one of such a sin. He called it a sin. Education without character is a sin. Apart from seeking to empower the future citizens with knowledge and wisdom, education must inculcate social, moral, ethical, and spiritual values. Spirituality also is very much needed. I am not talking of religion. Religion is personal. But spiritual thing is required for happiness, for peace, for progress. I am very happy that your institute is focusing enough on the spirituality aspect also. I am particularly impressed by this activity. What is important is your attitude towards fellow citizens, other living creatures, protecting the environment, and your commitment towards larger good of the society. The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, has put it most profoundly, and he said, I quote, "The greatness of a nation can be judged by the way its animals are treated." Even animals are treated. We have such a tradition in our country from the beginning, but unfortunately the tradition has fell apart after the colonial rule. True education emancipates you from the bondage of ignorance. It must remove obscurantist beliefs and superstitions in Indian tradition. It is said, Ya vidya se vimukta. What emancipates is the knowledge. It is an essential part of all human life, which makes an individual civilized, refined, cultured and educated. For ages, India was known as Vishwa Guru. We excelled in abstract sciences and applied technologies. Many examples were given by our chairman. Those were not the days of claiming intellectual property rights. Rather, we believed that the knowledge only grows if it is spread and shared with others. True to our ideal of Vasudaika Kutumbakam, the entire universe is one family. That is our philosophy. We shared our knowledge and excellence with the global community. Our famous universities of Takshashila, Nalanda, Pushpagiri, through opened their doors for the students and scholars of other regions and religions. We have shared our knowledge and fortune with everyone as we believed in the sublime ideas of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinat, Sarve Santu Niramaye. May everyone be satisfied. May everyone be free of disease and sickness. Sharing and caring. Share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. So every one of us, the children particularly, should follow this philosophy in their respective life. Share and care. That is the culture of India. When I was giving a lecture in one of the institutions, one boy asked me, "Sir, culture or religion?" I said, religion is a way of worship, the way you want to worship. It is your choice. The culture is way of living. He said, "Sir, I am not able to follow." I said, culture is a way of living. उनको फिर भी समझ में नहीं आया, तो मैंने उनको कहा कल्चर एक जीवन पद्धति है. उन्होंने कहा थोड़ा और भी विस्तार से बताए तो अच्छा होगा. मैंने कहा सिंपल उदाहरण देता हूं आपको. आपके पास एक रोटी है, ब्रेड है. आपने अपना रोटी खाया, वो प्रकृति है. अपने दूसरी व्यक्ति का रोटी छीन के खाया, वो विकृति है. आपने अपना रोटी को दूसरी व्यक्ति के साथ शेयर किया, वो संस्कृति है, वो भारतीय परंपरा है. ऐसा मैंने उनको, तब उनको समझ में आया. Then he understood that is what is share and care policy of India. So my dear children, it is your duty to imbibe that culture. Take concern of your fellow student, fellow citizen, fellow colony people, fellow villages, and then fellow countrymen. This should be our attitude. That has been our culture. These eternal values have been the core of our education system and has been inculcated strong value system from generation to generation. True education lays the foundation for developing a society that is strongly grounded in ethics and moral values, leading to peace and contentment of life. Unfortunately, some of these are missing in our education system. I remember when I was a student of your age, 10th class, intermediate, 10 plus 2, we used to have number of classes. We used to have PT, physical training, compulsory. Now many schools are run in multi-stored buildings, apartments. So where is the scope for physical training? It is missing. Second is we used to have a compulsory NCC, National Cadet Corps, or Air Wing, or Navy, or NSS. They are missing now in most of the schools. Third thing is we used to have a craft class, craft, because Indian people across the country in the rural areas, they have different crafts. We should encourage those crafts. That is also missing. Then we used to have a gardening class, those days, that is to take care of the nature, growing trees, garden. That was part of education. That is also missing. We have successfully cut all the trees and now we are going for a tree plantation. This is also an important thing to be remembered. And then we used to have a moral science class. Now, science class remains, morals have gone. So, my dear youngsters, the time has come for the people who are at the helm of affairs to think seriously, the parents also to insist that there has to be morals in every aspect of life. That is possible only if you educate the children from the beginning itself about the values. Unfortunately, over the years, we have been witnessing an all-round degeneration of the morals and ethics in the society. Politicians, leaders, people in different walks of life, there is a decay. There is a decay in values. Not that there is a total fall, but there is a certain amount of decay. It is time that we should all assert ourselves to stop this decay, because politics, education, medicine, and also the other professions, they used to be called as a mission. Education was a mission. Politics was a mission. But unfortunately, some people of late is converting that mission into commission. And they are giving remission to the values and doing omission to their duty. We must stop this and again go back. But here, I could see the missionary zeal in these education institutions, in the school. I hope that everybody follow this SAI model. There are institutions across the country, but their number is small when you compare with mushrooming number of schools and other institutions. In Indian tradition, it is said, knowledge brings humility. Humility makes you worthy. With that you acquire wealth, and with wealth your conduct becomes virtuous, and that eventually leads to ultimate blissful pleasure. What is required is not prosperity, not money, not gold alone. What is required is above all happiness. That happiness makes you more happy and comfortable. Mere money cannot make you happy. Wealthy nation cannot become a healthy nation. But a healthy nation can become a wealthy nation. So we have to focus our attention on health also. Health is very, very important. And humility in life is very important. Education and knowledge are the basis of a civilized living. Tirukkural, the Tamil great, says, the wealth of learning is alone imperishable. True wealth, all wealth may perish, but the wealth of learning is imperishable. It will live long. So my dear youngsters, you must aim with that for wealth of learning. Today, I expect you to redeem our past stature. As we aspire to become Viswa Guru once again, we shall have to align our education with the best educational pedagogies, teaching methods and techniques in the world without losing our ethical moorings. You are living in a very promising times when the technology has opened up new opportunities and avenues for acquiring knowledge. Today, online courses and study material are available. Even on your smartphones, you can access almost every information anywhere in the world through internet. The world has truly become a global village, and the barriers to knowledge are coming down at a faster pace than before. In this knowledge-driven digital era, schools must discard rote method of learning and promote innovative and creative thinking. They must encourage students to develop an inquisitive and questioning mind, ever eager to learn new things and come out with bright ideas. Not only the students, the teachers also must continue learning, upgrade their skills, upgrade their knowledge, because the world has become small. It has become a village. We are living in an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. What is happening here in Bhubaneswar will be known in Mumbai in few seconds, and will be known in Babylonia in another few seconds, or will be known in Washington in few minutes. So that being the case, the world is wide open. There are opportunities, there are challenges, there are new problems. So we have to equip our children with the continuous process of learning. For that, the teachers also must always update We must follow the best practices around the globe. We must follow the best practices followed by our forefathers. In our civilization, we have such a great history, talent, this land, this water, this air, this trees, this everything has got something special. You go through even the earlier days, Maitreyi used to come and make lecture in public places. Those days, in Upanishad period, Gargeyi and Maitreyi. And you go further and you have Charaka, Samhita, Susruta, Dhanvantari, top doctors, scientists, Aryabhatta, Bhaskaracharya, Varaha Mihira. So many examples are there, great examples. Those days itself. So that being the case, we in the modern era, with the advantage of technology, we must excel and go for new innovations. The Prime Minister has given a call saying reform, perform and transform. Transform the nation. Transformation for raising the standard of living of the people. That should be our attitude in any activity we undertake. In addition to making our education socially relevant and grounded in our cultural values, we need to inculcate a sense of volunteerism among young students. Students should join organizations like NCC, NSS, Scouts and Guides to learn life skills and volunteerism. The schools should become resource centers for the neighborhood community service. There should be greater interaction between schools and neighborhood communities also. Students should take up community assignments and voluntary work in neighborhood communities and adjoining villages, interact with the local administration about the local issues and provide innovative solutions for community and rural development. A large part of India lives in villages. Socially conscious students must stay in village for a while for better understanding and proper perspective on the travels of village life. My dear youngsters, it is also essential for you, students, to acquire vocational skills, including those related to agroeconomy. It will help in encouraging innovation and entrepreneurship among young students. India, with all this urbanization, still we have 54% of the people living on agriculture. Agriculture is our basic culture. We have to take care to see that we provide new innovations for our agriculturists so that agriculture also can become viable. True knowledge is garnered through observation, reading, discussions, reflection and analysis and internalization, and this can only be possible if every school introduces experimental learning embedded with field visits. The curriculum should be oriented to make students think rationally, independently and express cogently. Focus of school education should be on instilling inquisitiveness and curiosity, creativity, critical thinking and communication. These are the 5 C's that are important. I strongly believe that school education must aim to help students becoming compassionate and caring human beings with a sense of empathy. Mere sympathy will not suffice. You need empathy also. We also need to infuse the spirit of nationalism and patriotism in each child. Dear students, you must own up glorious heritage of rich cultural diversity of this country. You are also the inheritors of a rich and living linguistic heritage of India. You must enrich the tradition. You must respect and take pride in our motherland and in our mother tongue. Use your mother tongue to express yourself. I am happy today the sports provide a promising career opportunity for our youth. It not only trains your mind and body, but also inculcates the spirit of teamwork and leadership. Along with your studies, you must also pursue and excel in sports and become better personalities. My dear young friends, may all of you realize your dreams and achieve success in every endeavor you undertake. And I would also like to advise you on some small things, important things. 1, my 5 things to remember. 1 is the mother. Should never forget the mother who has given you the beautiful birth. Mother includes father also. Woman, W-O-M-A-N. Man is there in every woman. So understand this, everybody throughout their life, they should respect their parents. We are hearing stories now. Morning only I saw something on WhatsApp. All the elderly people holding a rally in Hyderabad, saying that elders anti-abusing day, something like that. It's an irony. In a country where we respect our elders, our gurus, such a situation emerge even in small number. Should never neglect parents, number one. Number two, everybody should remember their native place. अपना जन्म स्थान को हमेशा याद रखना चाहिए. You should always remember your native place. Do something for your native place. Even if you become something big, you go to IIT, or you become mighty, or you go to abroad, and also acquire so much, you should never forget your native place. That's why I say, even if you want to go abroad, go, learn, yearn, and return to serve our motherland. That is also equally important. And the third thing is, everybody should promote, propagate, speak in mother tongue only at home. अपना घर में, अपना निवास में, अपना पिताजी, माताजी के साथ, बच्चों के साथ, पड़ोसी लोगों के साथ हम अपना मातृभाषा में ही हमेशा बोलना चाहिए, बात करते रहना चाहिए. This is very much required. Everybody should promote the mother tongue, the language that has come from mother's womb. जो माँ का पेट से आया, उस भाषा को हमेशा याद रखना चाहिए, प्रैक्टिस करना चाहिए, प्रमोट करना चाहिए. माँ बोलो अंतराल से आता है, मम्मी बोलो यहाँ से आता है. रात को एक बार घर जाके माँ बाप के साथ एक बार प्रैक्टिस करो. You say माँ, it will be from inside. If you say mummy, from here. Why should we follow that English colonial mindset of calling mummy, daddy, bidi, daddy, kedi? Why? Why not we say amma? What is amma in Orissa? Odia? Ma. Oriya may be ma. So we have to follow our mother tongue. My dear youngsters, mother tongue is like your eyesight. Other language is like your spectacles. I think you understand. If you have eyesight, then spectacles will help you to have the foresight. If you don't have sight, even if you wear ribbon glasses, no improvement. So भाषा और भावना एक साथ चलता है, इसलिए हमेशा हमारा मातृभाषा को प्राथमिकता देना चाहिए, गर्व महसूस करना चाहिए. मैं ओडिया हूँ, मैं तेलुगु हूँ, मैं तमिल हूँ, मैं कन्नड़ा हूँ, मैं मलयाली हूँ, मैं मराठी हूँ, पंजाबी हूँ, असमी हूँ, भोजपुरी हूँ, कश्मीरी हूँ, डोगरी हूँ, उर्दू जो भी है मातृभाषा, उसको हमेशा प्रोत्साहन करना चाहिए. I am not saying that you oppose other languages. Learn as many languages as possible, but do not forget the mother tongue. That's what I am saying. Learn English, good, but don't become English man or English woman. Learn English, learn Hindi. जितना भाषा संभव है तो उतना भाषा सीखना चाहिए. ये बहुत जरूरी है आगे बढ़ने के लिए. मगर यहाँ रहने के लिए, यहाँ थोड़ा आगे बढ़ने के लिए मातृभाषा बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. I can tell you one thing. I have been to Latin American countries recently, to Guatemala, to Peru, to Panama, to a number of countries. I interact with them wherever I go. I talk to people on different issues. Then while talking, I told them, what is your official language? They said Spanish. My second language, they said English. I said, what about your mother tongue? They said, sir, there is no original language now. I said, well, kya hua? They said, sir, Spanish came and our language got vanished. They were under Spanish rule, Canadian rule for long. Now their official language is Spanish. So, same thing should not happen to us. Fortunately, English people have tried. But our culture, our roots are very strong, deep-rooted. So we could survive. But now in the fascination of English, we are neglecting our mother tongue. Please see to it that the mother tongue is also promoted. I want to see a day when education is promoted in the respect to state languages firstly, and then in other languages. As a vice president, I receive presidents and vice presidents. The prime minister receives president. You might have seen on TV, Chinese president came, Russian president came, Putin, and then French president came, Iranian president came, They were all speaking in their mother tongue and somebody was translating to Narendra Bhai Modi, Prime Minister. Then I asked Sushma ji se पूछा मैंने, विदेश मंत्री सुषमा स्वराज जी से, क्या सुषमा जी इन नेताओं को अंग्रेजी मालूम नहीं है क्या? उन्होंने कहा कुछ लोगों को मालूम है मगर वो बोलते नहीं है, वो अपना मातृभाषा में बोलना पसंद करते हैं, ऐसा कहा। I will tell you an interesting thing. I had an occasion to meet the Iranian president. When we meet somebody, you are briefed by the External Affairs Ministry and also you go through the biodata. He did a PhD in English in London. So I thought this great man is going to speak in English. And I spoke to him. He was speaking in Persian. There is a translation. So that is the spirit. We must also follow that we should speak our mother tongue. We should promote our mother tongue. And education, basic education must be in mother tongue. And then you learn in as many languages as possible. This is third. The fourth thing is motherland. The country which has given you beautiful opportunity. The state which has given you beautiful opportunity. Odisha or the Bharat, India. You should always remember and grateful to your country. Whatever may be your language, alag bhasha, alag vesh, फिर भी अपना एक देश, विविधता में एकता, भारत का विशेषता, ये हमेशा याद रखना चाहिए. And we must also remember, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion and region, India is one. We are one nation, one people, one country. Anything happening to Kashmir, up to Kanyakumari, everybody should speak in one voice. When our army, whenever our brothers in the armed forces, they do something great to the country, we must stand by those people, say, Jai Jawan. And if whenever something great is achieved by our farmers, we must say Jai Kisan. When our scientists have done something great, today also something great is going to happen. I think it is happening. PSLV, our ISRO, they are launching satellites. And I was coming here, the process is on for different countries. When they achieve something, one day they have sent 104 satellites in one day. That is the greatness of India. It happened earlier. And recently you heard the Prime Minister saying about making that announcement about missiles, satellite. So all these things, then we must say, Jai Vigyan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan. When you say Bharat Mata ko Jai ho, not to that photo of Bharat Mata. There is no Bharat Mata there, one is symbol. When you say Vande Mataram, all 130 crore people ko Jai ho, then only Bharat Mata ko Jai ho hoga. That is the philosophy. So we must have that national outlook and national spirit. And fifthly, not lastly, fifthly, Guru. You should always remember the Guru who taught you basically. Guru means ज्ञान देने वाले है, ज्ञान देने वाले है. हमेशा गुरु को याद रखना चाहिए. आजकल कुछ कहते हैं, कुछ लोग कहते हैं सर क्या जरूरत है गुरु का, क्या जरूरत है, गूगल आया अच्छा है, मगर मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं गूगल में भी कुछ रिपेयर आए तो गुरु को बुलाना पड़ेगा. So Google can never replace Guru. Please remember, Guru should be remembered forever. All these 5 things are very much important, my dear friends. And then promoting lifestyle. We must go back to our old lifestyle. It's becoming mechanical nowadays, materialistic. That's no good at all. Lifestyle changes. There has to be physical activity also. That's why yoga is one of our Indian ancient art. We must all promote yoga. Yoga has nothing to do with religion. Yoga has nothing to do with politics. Yoga is for your body, not for Modi. You have to understand this. And yoga is being promoted across the globe. Second one is food habits. Now we are all tempted by Western food slowly. You have such a beautiful food here in India. In every state, food is decided on the basis of the season. Our forefathers, for thousands of years, they lived and they have decided in what season, what food we should eat. But nowadays, we are all tempted by TV propaganda, cinema propaganda, Western propaganda, brands, models and all. People say, we need for instant food. Instant food means constant disease. This has to be understood by all. Instant food means constant disease. Pizza, burger, what is all this? And you have such a beautiful delicacies in India. Why should you run after the go to restaurant? They put such a names, beautiful names. You go to restaurant and order chicken. Sir, chicken 65. Your age is not even 25. You want to go for 65. इतना जल्दी आप जीवन समाप्त करना चाहते, बुजुर्ग होके, बूढ़े होके. Names are given such a name, chicken Manchuria. You are in Himalaya. Why should you bother about Manchuria, Bulgaria, Somalia, all these things? You should have our food, and we should become strong. We must eat staple food, cereals, pulses, dal. So many things are there in India. Beautiful names are also there in our food. I don't want to take your time. I have one more program to go. So please promote Indian food. See to it our children are not diverted or carried away because of the propaganda and also the brands and all. Ours is the ancient brand, oldest brand. So we should promote that brand and then move forward. My dear friends, and lastly, world is looking at India. I've been going around different countries. Everywhere, people are looking and talking about respecting and recognizing India. Because one, culture. Second, because we believe in peace. Peace is a prerequisite for progress. If there is tension, there cannot be attention. So peace is required, universal peace is required. And third is that we believe in the philosophy of Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. We believe in sustainable development. And fourthly, more importantly, why world is looking to India? India is becoming an economic power. World Bank, World Economic Forum, Asian Development Bank, International Monetary Fund, Moody's ratings, everybody is saying India is on the move. If you move with this speed, continue with the reforms, India will become the third largest economy in the world. Entire world economy is slowing down. World average is 3%. Our powerful neighbor China is 6.8%. But our country, India, Bharat, motherland, is moving at 7.1, 7.3, 7.4%. If we all have positive thinking, if we all do our duty, and then we all move together, then we can become a super economic power, and we can become a spiritual power for the entire world. Let us all aim in that direction and work hard, be disciplined, be hard-working, respect elders, respect nature, love and live with the nature. Love and live with the nature. Nature, culture, together for better future. That's my advice to you all. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.